this thing of like, oh yeah, well, we'll just, yeah, go along with this.
I think that she was closer to just being a slightly more expensive prostitute in the way she behaved.
Well, yeah, she seemed pretty expensive.
I think that she was
Mm-hmm.
closer to just being a slightly more expensive prostitute in the way she behaved.
God.
Oh, that's right. I remember now. We gambled those guys, and I have $3,000.
Yep.
Hey, you earned quite a bit.
Yeah, you did. You are loaded when it comes to that. I mean, I think both of you made some money.
Yep.
Yes,
I think I got
technically
like
you're not that
2,000.
bad off, you know. I mean, you're not getting paid for the whole thing, but you have some money.
The real
All right.
value comes in the
So,
friends you make in the journey.
if you recall, you guys went to the police. You graciously provided information about the happenings in the train where supposedly there was this thing that broke into the train, and how it got derailed, and you guys and you guys have guns, but you didn't shoot the train apparently, or anybody in there, and how someone else did, and the big creature that the police went over there to try to make sure that everybody's safe, try to make sure the creature's there. They're gonna look into things. They left you at an inn with some security to make sure that you're not going anywhere. And our dearest new player over here, he is Ivan. And Ivan
From
just
Russia.
just happened to be one of those passengers on the train that managed to survive. And maybe as the police were heading towards the train, maybe he was just walking back to the town, and the police will ultimately pick him up. Ivan would have been in a different car in the train, so all he would have seen or experienced would have been maybe hearing some gunshots here and there, maybe hearing the bang and feeling the bang, from when the creature was banging the train, and then ultimately experiencing the train getting derailed. Maybe at that point
Explosion.
he passed out. And hours later he woke up. He probably witnessed everybody dead, or most people dead, in many different ways. And possibly at that point he just started walking towards the town, and the police will see him and maybe pick him up, be like, "Hey, excuse me, sir, are you all right there?
Yes.
Are you okay?"
Uh, Not so okay. Uh,
"Oh, what's
I
going
just
on?
witnessed something terrible.
What's happening?"
There's some kind of explosion on the train, I believe.
"An explosion. Oh wow, yeah, we're going to investigate that. Are you going to the town? Are you
Oh no,
coming to
I
the
was on the
train?
train.
Were you a passenger on the train?"
Yeah, I was a passenger.
"Oh, okay, okay. You know what? It's okay. I'll have Jimmy take you to the town with his car. We have an inn where we are getting all the survivors in until we can assess the situation, and then we're gonna go back and we're gonna talk to you, all of you. We have some survivors over there, staying at that inn, so you can stay with them, and then when we get back there, we'll have a conversation. Hey Jimmy,
All right.
take this guy with the rest of the potentially guilty people over there. We'll talk to them when we get there. All right, boss. And he says, right this way.
You cut them? The people who did this?
No, no, the people. Well, we don't really know exactly who did this. Although we have some people that just came to the police station, just pretty much offering information, um, which, it could very well be that they're just very good citizens. They're just letting us know what happened, or they're just, they just may not know what they're doing. They're just, getting in trouble, just telling us that they did it, and we get to lock them up. Although, I really hope if we do lock them up, I do hope that we get Judge Harrison to do their sentencing, because the judge, he he's a little bit sadistic, and between you and I, we got a good thing going on where he goes ahead and depending on what you do, he tells you that you're being detained, but really, he gave us the wink, and then when we see him, we know that that's really to bring you down to the hole. And when we bring you down to the hole, we have some fun there with the guys. We got some tools, some cutting supplies, knives. We get creative. Try to pass the time a little bit. With down
I
here
can respect that.
in this town, we don't have a lot going on, so the little bit we can get, we appreciate it. But come on, let me take you with the rest of the group. I'm sure you can't wait to meet your friends over there.
Oh,
maybe you can take a
they're not.
shower because you look a little dirty right now. But yeah.
They're not my friends.
Oh well, they're gonna be.
Are you talking about torture?
No. I will never say that. No. I'm talking about having a little bit of fun. Um, Depending on what your idea of fun is. Some people like to have fun, by doing things. Some people likes to have fun by having other people doing things to them. You know, there's just a lot of give and take. We give, you take. That's how it goes. The judge is in it too. The judge goes and does a couple things, and we celebrate. There's a lot of alcohol, and we don't buy it. We don't buy it. So I know that we are in prohibition, but we don't buy the alcohol. We just drink it. That's legal. All right. He just drives over there. He gets to the inn. He's like, all right, hey John, yeah. Sarge said, just get him in. He's another one of them survivors. Get him in. Once they're done out there, we'll come back, round him up, figure out where we're at, and we'll see if the judge can see him in the morning. Provided that they're guilty, of course. Let's cross our fingers. All right, sir. Yeah, come this way. Yeah, this is the entrance to the inn. You're not under arrest. However, you get to stay here until the police comes back and is ready to talk to you. You under no circumstances are to go anywhere else, but to stay here. Thank you very much for your cooperation.
All right. Thank you, I guess.
And when he opens the door, the innkeeper sees you. Oh man, another one. What do you think? I'm running a charity here. I mean, come on. And then they get to tell me that is, my public duty, but then they don't get to pay me. The mayor already owes me like what, at least a year's worth of salary. The amount of free rooms I'm having to give up for law and order. But all right, here's a key. Look, just go down, straight and to the right. If you go in and you find some people, don't worry, you're at the right place. There should be 3 more people in there. Remember, I don't think those folks want you to leave. If I have to be honest with you, I want to say don't do anything silly. Last year, they gunned down somebody outside. Just saying. Right now, if they leave you here, it's because you're not under arrest. Because they can take you to the jail, just leave you there. So if they leave you here, you're not under arrest. Don't get killed unnecessarily. Although you can do whatever you want, but that's my 2 cents. But you enjoy yourself, you have a good night, and please, by all means, take a shower.
I didn't shower in months, and I will not do it now.
Okay. Well, good luck with that. And he just looks at you as you go. So finally, you get to the door. And as you get to the door, go ahead and roll listen. Go ahead and roll listen. There we go. Listen.
Oh, nice.
I thought I heard it. Yeah, there it
Like
is.
we modify.
All right. So you hear them 3 talking inside of the room. So the room has some people in there. They're probably deliberating as to whatever's going on right now. You guys can roll listen too. Inside of the room. Red Wolf, Lesser.
Yep, I got you. I'm trying to find mine.
Alright, so you hear somebody outside. You hear some noises, some keys dangling. Some steps.
And,
Obvious, apparently coming towards the door.
Yep, and they stop at the door.
All right, guys, be cool.
Alright, so the door opens up. And there is this one guy that he looks pretty dirty though. He's been walking a lot. He smells a little bit. And he's just standing there. He's got this very serious look. And there he is.
Just look at him, up and down.
what does
Train.
it smell like?
You with the cops there, bud?
Are you survivors?
Yes.
You could
In
say
a way.
that, yeah.
What happened there? The police told me
No
that you're
idea.
guilty.
We're not guilty. We're
What?
we're survivors. Just like you came for the train, we came for the train. We just made it here first.
Do you have any
We
idea
were-
what
we were
happened
toward-
there?
There was an explosion, and the train derailed.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Hey, you're
And
leaving
we
out an
think that
important part
our
of the story.
associate might be
I'm not
hallucinating.
leaving out any
due to
parts of
passion.
the story.
There's too
I
many
think that's
people.
all that happened. I think that's all that happened.
Train derailed, that's it. And we're being
There was
detained.
an explosion, There was an explosion and the train derailed. That is all that happened. And all four of us here now, we all know, all four of us,
Yes.
that's the story. That's
all
what
that
happened. Right? Right, Eric?
Yeah, sure, bud. That's what you say.
Yeah? Because, crazy shit, when people hear crazy shit, they react crazily. So we don't need that, right?
We don't need it per se, but let's just say,
I mean, I might
Sometimes-
suggest for our friend to go to see proper physician. I think he might have suffered a slight concussion.
They're acting all the sus. Can I roll my psychology to check what's going on here?
You can, yeah, sure, by all means, yeah.
Oh, God. Okay. So you want the whole rundown? You're dealing with two criminals.
They're lying, pretty much. They're lying one on top of the other one, and they're just getting themselves up too.
Two criminals and a crazy old guy. Like, literally crazy old guy.
Oh, he's not that old. He's just in his 30s.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry, but he's definitely crazy.
Oh yes, he's batshit insane, and you don't need a roll to see it.
We were
Especially because at this moment he's recalculating, thinking how to make a better explosive with what he has.
Just so he can have something to experiment on.
All right, listen. What's your name?
I'm Ivan Alexander. Or Ivan.
Ivan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ivan. I like that. Alright. Okay, so you seem like you're a pretty cool guy. And that you can kinda you wanna get out of here, right? Because you're now part of this. Actually, so it's actually in your best interest.
It's actually not that bad. I was in Gulag once.
Oh,
this is like hotel.
Oh, well, good. Well, it is, right? it is a hotel.
I mean, technically, this is a hotel.
So, all right, we're okay, guys. We're gonna tell him what happened, but all four of us need to agree. Anyone else asks, explosion, derailed. We went to go tell the cops. That's all they need to know. All right, but Ivan. So there was a monster that attacked the train and tore a hole through the ceiling. In an effort to defend ourselves, we blew up an improvisedly made claymore by shooting it.
Monster, you say?
Yeah. I think someone else can go a little bit more in depth on what it was.
Don't look at me. I want the humanoid monster captured so I can dissect it properly.
Lesser max.
Okay.
Right now, I think I'm just a bunch of lunatics.
I mean, you are.
All right, we've seen some stuff. I mean,
and I look around and just like keep the distance from them, and I try like to calm them down, I guess, so they don't attack me or something.
I don't know what I could roll to convince you that everything I said is true and actually happened. I don't know, but it actually happened. I swear. But that doesn't matter.
It happened
because it doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter because all that happened truly was an explosion happened and the train.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You rat on us. I'm gonna rat on you so hard.
So you're gonna rat on me? You're gonna rat on me?
Yeah, if one of us goes down, we all go down now.
That's right.
Everybody that is not Ivan, roll Constitution.
Oh, shit.
This is gonna be bad.
Where's my character sheet keep disappearing off to?
Yeah.
Constitution.
It's gonna be bad.
So, Trevor and Edward, Ivan, it's somebody that has a little bit of a fragrance to him. Ivan hasn't showered in months. And, you know, when you
Yeah,
are
does he smell of
outside,
chemicals or just filth?
when you are outside, it's not so bad. Because, you know, the wind blows and you're good. But when you are inside, kind of like the smell just remains. And, you know, you're starting to feel a little sick. So both of you give me a 1d2.
I got the 1.
All right. So the moment that, you know, that happens, you guys kind of run towards the bathroom. And one of you may be puking on the toilet, but the other one's definitely puking in the bathtub. Just
Oh no, I'm puking through the window.
okay, that's fine.
What is wrong? You cannot stand the smell of the real man?
My dear
Yeah,
friend, you
what are you
smell
guys
like.
going on about?
You know.
Anybody got cigarette?
I'll be right. Gotta turn the light on.
I got some whiskey if you need some. Outside of that, I don't really got much.
Let me taste it. It's probably like water.
I'll give him
Okay.
some of the whiskey.
And I drink and I say, not bad.
Yeah, here's the new friends, pal.
Cheers. So, explosion? For the explosion. And I drink for the explosion.
I realized I was muted, but I was saying I'm going to put my head. I'm going to actually, if you allow me, I'm going to phase my head through the wall. And puke out next to the window that Arlen's puking out of.
All right. So.
Please tell me he puked on some cop.
Oh no.
I want him to look up and see his head poking through the wall.
All right. So the.
I want to have them traumatized.
Trucks, you know, time goes by. You guys just chat, pretty much explain to him what happened, and time goes by.
Actually, hey, I can prove it though. I got a book. I got a book that the pocket dimension book. I can prove him that shit's not what it seems. But I don't know if I want to send him to a pocket dimension. Shit.
You're gonna prove it to the
Can we get through the pocket dimension with that thing?
Well, he
I don't
needs to
remember.
learn the spell though. Remember that we rolled last time?
Oh, yeah. How long was that though?
Well, how do we access our pocket dimension, anyways? We have one.
You do.
How do we access that?
How do you?
I don't
access
remember
that?
what the timeline was.
Yeah.
Well, if he has access to a pocket dimension, he will need a. Well, I guess we can make it work like a portal, right? To where he opens a portal, and then he just does a power roll. And if the power roll is successful, you go into your room over there, to your pocket dimension room of your own. And if you don't, then I guess you can just roll a 1d 1000 and figure it out where you end up.
But we can always go back through. Like we're not stuck there, right?
once you're there, you get to roll it again to come back.
Like to roll the power and then
Right.
pretty much. Oh, okay, so it's like, oh god, it's just a remembering. The Arlen multiverse.
Well, yeah.
Episode.
Remember what happened to?
Yeah, we went to
I don't know
like
if
4 different locations.
You were there, but remember what happened to? Let me see if I can remember her name. Jessie Bolt. Jessie Bolt was a very lucky woman. She had a character that got lost in the multiverse. That character opened a portal and was, I want to say, within miles away from Jacques Sagoth. Like miles away. And within, I want to say, maybe like what, 3-4 campaigns, she was able to bring her character back. Of course, all due to the great roles that she's got. But, you know, it's all about luck. You can always land over there in the middle of a universe, wake up Shugs of God, and everything's just done after that.
You have to roll power for it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I accidentally released that, awoke that thing with one of my characters.
I mean, because ultimately you're opening a portal. You're not necessarily opening a portal to travel, you know, a location
Yeah,
of
it's
your
actually true.
choosing, but you are opening a portal hoping to go to your pocket dimension. Ultimately, you just gotta make sure that that's exactly where it's going. It could be going anywhere else.
And I can poke my head through, right? Like I don't have to commit. I can just poke my head through and see where it
No.
is. Be like, nope.
No. You commit to go or you don't commit to go. And if you go,
What, it sucks you? It sucks you in.
you go. Yeah. Yeah, and don't be thinking about sticking your dick while you're there.
Well, I mean, okay. I can at least open the portal and show them, like, we don't gotta go through it, but I can show them that this shit's not, that we're like,
Well, if you agree not to
I'm
go
gonna-
through, yeah, you can do whatever you want.
yeah, like, we don't gotta go nowhere, guys, but I just want to make a point.
Okay,
Can I
go
just
ahead.
open it up?
You go ahead. You open the portal.
Okay, thank God.
The portal opens, and ultimately Ivan sees this. So Ivan, go ahead and roll sanity for me, since they were nice enough to get your first sanity loss right now.
Sorry, dude.
All right. Go ahead and give me a 1d2, and you're good. There you go. He even knows how to roll. That's so great. So, are we ready to move on time, or is there anything else that you guys want to do?
How long does that portal sit there?
Are you guys gonna try to escape? Are you wanting me to skip one time? Are you want to do anything else?
If we're wanting to escape, man, we got it right here. We can just get on through.
Yeah, I mean, how much magic points does it take for me to do that pocket dimension thing?
And how does it look?
Well, you know,
because like I'll try it again if we actually want to escape. I'll try it again, but I figured I'd probably need to take a little bit of a
how many magic points do you
breather.
have?
I have 14.
All right, we can do 4 magic points at a time, right? And we can give that portal a timer of 30 minutes, unless you close it forcefully.
And would that be just physically closing the book, or is that
right,
a
so
different
if you
power?
want to close it yourself, you'll be expending another 4 magic points to close it purposely.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
So you can leave it open and let it close on its own, or you can close it, which will be pretty much the same thing as opening.
Okay.
All right. So if you had 10 magic points, you lost 4. So you can technically use 4 more.
Well, are we wanting to escape? If we want to escape, then we can give it a shot.
I don't know about you, but I mean, like from the sounds of it when they were talking about it, they weren't really going to be that friendly about it.
It didn't. I didn't like the situation. Like, I would like to get out of it if it's possible. I was hoping to try and schmooze them, but if we could just leave, that's another option. They don't know who we are. We didn't give them our names. I do remember that. We did not say our names.
No, you did not say your name yet. That is true.
So I think we should, if everyone's okay, either we can leave physically through this building and out the window or something, because there's a guard outside, or we can just kind of go away.
Okay. So
Are we all in agreement, or?
figured out what you want to do.
I agree. I think we should leave.
Yeah,
Through a
it might
portal.
be good idea to leave.
Ivan,
Yes.
would you care to join us? It's a lot of fun.
I'm still in shock because of like I'm shaking the head and I cannot believe pocket dimension.
Yeah.
But my curiosity, yeah, will get over me, and I said,
Just wait
yeah.
to see my. Just wait to see my friends.
Shit.
I have.
All right.
I'm friend with a swarm of mind-eating thing, fire bugs.
Nothing wrong has ever come from that. His friends.
All right. Be warned. There's a 30% chance, that we might not go to the pocket dimension. We just go somewhere completely random. So, like, just be warned. All right. Let's. No, I think we're okay. I think we're gonna be fine.
Pal, you're so sure. Just pat him on the back and try to send him through the portal.
Yeah, I'm just full confidence, just running through it, going to the pocket dimension room.
And I'll fall behind him.
And like, is this room like a preset room, or is it whatever I wanted it to be?
No, it's a preset room. It actually.
Okay.
It actually is. It's kind of funny the way it's made, because it looks like a very rustic, wooden home, maybe like a cabin type thing. But when you
Oh, that's
look out the windows, because it's got windows too, everything is just black outside. You cannot see anything. There's this extreme blackness to it, to where it's not necessarily black that you can see the light just going through it. You know, if you flash a light, it's just so black that the light just doesn't even go through. And it's like a black smog too. You know, it's not like it's not just like nothing, right? It's almost as
Yeah.
if that blackness is quantifiable. So you go in, and the place is actually lit up. It's got some lamps that somehow they continuously run, and the there's pictures of different things, different sorcerers, or there might as well be cultists there, doing certain things, whatever. It's an image of Cthulhu, although you might not know what Cthulhu is, but there's an image of Cthulhu. There's also weird different stuff. You have to get a book for that, my friend, and you gotta learn it.
Oh, that's why.
or be unfortunate enough to be a insane god's plaything for a bit.
Yeah.
So when you get there, there's a table, there's chairs, there's a chimney. that somehow continuously go, but when you look in there, there's no wood at all feeding the chimney.
Hmm.
And it just goes. And it's a nice temple, temperature. There's and you get the feeling that the air is very dry. There's however, when you if you have a clock on you, you will realize when you get there that your clock just stops. It doesn't continue going. It doesn't move. But yeah, there's rooms over there. There's beds. There's pretty much anything you normally will find anywhere else.
You said that there was like Cthulhu type like artifacts.
No, I said that there is a picture, framed
Oh, picture.
picture of Cthulhu, among other things. Maybe skulls, maybe random statues of weird stuff. Nothing
I was curious
specific.
if I could roll my Cthulhu mythos, but if it's just
Yeah,
like
you
cool.
can roll your Cthulhu mythos.
Okay.
What do you have? 2, 3 on it?
Fuck, Jesus Christ. Oh, why the?
All right. So when you roll
Yeah.
the
They're not about Cthulhu Slave.
when you roll and you look at this image of Cthulhu, you kind of get frozen in there in fear, and you just see that massive thing in there, and it really's got you worried. Go ahead and roll your sanity for me.
All of us.
No, just him. Go
Just
ahead
my
and
hella
roll
focused on that painting.
Go ahead and roll a 1d2 for me, please. Thank you. All right, so you lose 1 point of sanity. That wasn't so bad. All right, so
No.
what do you guys do with that pocket dimension?
Well, you guys want to take a bit of a break? I mean, we can leave right now. Like, where do we want to go though? Like, we're we were in Kentucky,
Well,
right?
there's that other thing too.
We were going down to
You
Texas, weren't we?
Oh yeah, it was Texas. Sorry.
Yeah, you seem to be a little confused because you don't have a portal. You have a pocket dimension. So if you leave the pocket dimension, you'll be going back to the end.
Unless I fail the
Well,
power
yeah,
roll
unless
and
you
then I go
fail, of
somewhere
course. If
else.
you fail, you can.
Do you want to risk?
You're just not in control as to where you go anymore. It's not like you can pick anyway. I'm saying, provided that everything goes well, you go back to the end.
And time stops here, right?
Yep.
This seemed better in my head, but it's
That's what
cool,
I kind
right?
of thought. Right?
Is it
So
object or actual portal?
I'm sorry?
uh,
Is that the object or actual portal?
No, it's not a portal per se. It's a portal that it opens, but it only brings them inside of that pocket dimension. It brings you out, but it brings you right back to where you were, provided that you succeed. Otherwise, it lands
does
you
it bring you
anywhere.
back at the same time?
So what?
Yeah, because like this space is frozen in time. Time stops here, so
Right. The one thing you can
we
But
do
just
won't
definitely
we
there,
won't change time over there.
if you want to spend some
So
time
this
there, you can probably use that place to take advantage and learn what or read whatever books you want to read, or use it for things that actually take a long amount of time. Other than that, the pocket dimension is great if you just want to have a hidden base of operations type thing. but it'll bring you right back to where you left.
Okay. Well, well, I mean, we can take a nap. I
What we
guess.
need to start doing is like bringing weapons here, so then when we take a
we
little
need 'em.
time out,
Yeah, I feel like we could really derail a battle if I'm really not on my game one night. But yeah, sure, let's do it. Yeah.
hey,
But for
our
right now,
scientist buddy, is there any like weapon or like something you want to make to kind of try to help us out? It'll take us. You take as long as you
yeah,
need here.
yeah. Actually,
Is there any tools here?
What kind of tools you be needing?
A lot.
what about Edward? You always got
Materials.
tools.
I have some basic tools, but if you want me to make anything of suitable quality, I need proper tools, some of which are quite specialized. Unless you have some of that here, I cannot really make much. Maybe I could modify a few bullets.
Okay,
But
so all I'm hearing is that I played this card way too soon.
I mean, if you showed
But
me
now we
that
know.
card sooner, the first thing
You
he
have a
would have
book
made
to
you do
read.
is go straight back to his place to load up on tools and materials.
Now, one thing
Did
you
you
should probably
go on?
know is that even though time doesn't go by in the outside world and you can take advantage, for example, if you had a book to read, you can read it there. And by the next day that you get out, you will already know whatever it is you want to know. But that doesn't stop you from aging.
Ooh.
I mean,
Saying, so if
technically,
you
that
spend
also
another
means
five
that we can
years,
recover physically.
if you spend another
That we
5
can
years,
recover.
10 years, and you come out, you're not gonna look, the same. Time would have gone by for you regularly.
Hmm.
So
Well, I would suggest, at least for the time being, maybe taking a quick 10-hour nap, since time technically doesn't pass outside, but I'm going to be 10 hours older. I'm okay with that. But per se, the portal sends us somewhere really messed up. If I mess that up, I want to make sure that we can still get out. So if that's alright with it, I'm gonna take a 10-hour nap, so you guys can do whatever you're gonna do during that time.
Can I look
Um,
through the books and see if I can find anything?
Oh,
sure,
8 hour
I mean,
nap.
roll your library
8
use.
hours.
What am I rolling? Library use? Okay.
do you mind if I also look through the books?
Sure. Go ahead.
I mean, I want to recover my sanity or HP in 10 hours, so might as well put that time to pseudo good use.
All right. So, Edward. Oh man, can't really pop anything tonight. Go ahead and roll a nothing. Don't roll anything yet. There you go.
Ooh,
Ooh.
I got the 1 of 7 Book of Sun.
And now you're gonna roll a 1d3.
Those are
And
those
Ivan, if you
are
want to roll library
good.
use, you can too. By the way, since you were wondering about.
And I'm guessing I'm losing sanity.
Well, yeah, you're gonna have to roll first a 1d3 for me. Which
I
you
rolled. I
did.
got
You
2.
rolled a 2. And now you can do your sanity roll.
Just a second to reduce the sanity. Oh boy.
So he rolled the D3,
Max
right?
sanity.
For the
Do I reduce max sanity or?
No, well, once you learn it, you'll add all that to your Cthulhu mythos. But, you probably want to stay in that room until you learn it.
Yeah. Contact the servitor of the outer gods. Make sure you find is present in the Milky Way. Oh, that's gonna be a tricky one.
So,
I mean, I'm gonna start learning it, I guess.
sounds like a good idea.
How long will it take me?
Go ahead and roll a 1d6.
Just a second. That's gonna take a while.
So it's going to take you 6 weeks.
I mean, if you can persuade him to stay here 6 weeks.
Yep. 6 weeks.
yeah, Mega. Ivan rolled for library use as well.
Okay. Let
Yeah.
me look at that. Oh, yeah. Let me look at that. Ivan. Let's see what you find, Ivan. Boom. Right there. And Ivan, go ahead and roll a 1d3. You too. Whenever you have a moment. An opportunity. Okay. And you get that along with your little book. And
So
go ahead
what
and
is
roll
that?
1d6. See how long it's going to take you to read that fantastic, amusing, exciting book? 2 weeks. So it seems that the only one that has to sit over there for 6 weeks really is Orlean. If you want to read that book.
If he wants to.
Yeah. If you want.
So I get that spell, right?
I'm sorry? Yeah,
Do I
you
get that spell?
but you cannot use it right away. You will need to read the book for 2 weeks in order to learn the book. In order to learn the spell.
Okay. And what does it spell do?
The spell contacts and flying polyph. You cast a shaft to their underground cities. And pretty much you just bring a flying polyp to the area where you will roll your power to try to subdue it. And if
Okay.
you fail your power roll, pretty much you will be just free flying around, able to attack or do anything else, anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
your typical friendly creature.
I mean, I don't know if you want to do a training montage, but I could work on my
Rocky music.
I could spend a couple weeks working on my phasing.
Eye of the tiger.
I don't want to
Yeah.
derail the whole
Yeah.
thing. To,
Yeah, you can try to train over there with your fellow investigators, summon it, see how that goes. What can go wrong?
no, I was training my phasing, my wall phasing.
All right, so what are we doing, fellas?
I guess we're waiting for his 2 weeks, or
We're
at
waiting
least
for
his
2
2
that-
weeks. And Arlen, do you want to do 6?
And well, I kinda found a detailed description of this spell, and it's tricky.
Yeah, it
Although
looks
the
like
one
it.
I found is called Summon / Bind Servitor of the Outer Gods.
And you have to have a sacrificial victim present for this.
Yeah. I mean, my character
okay.
doesn't really care.
We're staying away from him.
He'll probably have no qualm on killing you right there just to summon anybody. Like, if we're gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I have
So maybe,
no qualms about killing someone.
maybe we wait 2 weeks, and then Edward can figure out the rest of that. That's concerning.
But there is one thing that I noticed. It never says that it needs to be a human.
Well,
Like,
maybe
and
the
like, what are you
first
trying to?
time you roll it, I'm sure he's going. I mean, he or whatever that is going to appear, and you're going to have to do a sanity roll regardless. Obviously,
I mean,
seeing a human, it might not be as haunting as seeing something shapeless or alien looking like or whatever. So,
I mean,
but
servitors
if
are
it is a
not that
servitor of the
bad when
gods,
it comes.
really all you're summoning is those squid guys that plays the flute. That's what you're summoning. Obviously, your character wouldn't know that, but you would.
I mean, the chances of this spell working are actually, for me, are extremely low. So I'm actually not going to have him learn it. Mostly because, god damn it, I have luck of 21. I have no hope of passing that
you
luck
should
test.
roll it over there in the pocket dimension with everybody there. And while you're at it, I tell you what, hold the grenade and take the pin out.
And let go.
And no, you don't have to let go. Just hold it. Roll that sanity.
Yeah, no. I want to survive for a bit longer.
All right. So then what?
All right, so we're waiting for Ivan to
I'm not
finish
going.
his and head out.
Okay. So
I'm
then
not
are we
going to
skipping
learn
or
it
are we
purely
doing
out of
anything else during the next 2
practicality.
weeks?
While he was learning that, like, what options would there be to like improve my phasing ability? I'm assuming if I work on
Improve your what?
my phasing ability.
Well, I mean, you gotta roll the facing, and you have to.
So can I just continually like try to walk in between walls for a couple weeks to
Well, yeah.
I don't know improve the ability score or whatever?
Truthfully, yeah. I mean, that's the only option.
I mean, I don't want. I mean, I could.
Last time I heard, you set up your own skill as phasing, right?
Well, I mean, you gave it to me, but yeah.
Okay. So if you did, then yeah, what you need to do is you need to go ahead and roll it, and it's your typical skill. You succeed, and then at the end of the campaign, you just roll and you improve it.
Right. It's a thing.
So, all right. So we're gonna skip 2 weeks. Boom. 2 weeks go by. Ivan knows the spell. He read the book. He hasn't used the spell, but he knows the spell. Are we gonna wait the 6 weeks for Arlian to read his book, or is that too much of a risk? Or
honestly,
I'm totally down with that.
Too unusable for me. It's literally just too unusable for me to have him learn it.
I totally see you
read
getting
it.
ambushed by an army of guys, that maybe 10 of them. And your character just going ahead, rolling that sanity and not passing the roll and thinking to himself, well, you know what? If we're gonna die, might as well just try this out. So, that really means nothing.
I mean, if I'm ever in a that fucked up of a situation,
Which
then
might
I'm
not
just
be
going
that
to
fucked up,
smile
but your character may think it is.
and I'm just going to smile gently and summon a biggest swarm of fire vampires imaginable, like
Exactly.
devour entire city big.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Same way you do that, same way you just bring Cthulhu into the world and just be like, oh, I'm gonna die anyway. So.
Yeah, I'm dying. I might as well make sure that everybody comes with me for a ride.
Alright.
Okay, so now when we're going back, are we staying or are we gonna try and escape now? Now apparently we're like, are we gonna say and tell them that it was just an explosion in a derailed train, or are we gonna escape?
Yeah, I actually figured out a plan. That's actually a good idea.
We can do that. We can try to do the off roam, not off roam, but like try to talk them. And if all else fails, we got some money. We'll just pay them. We can try to pay them.
Yeah, we can give them
I'm
that
sure
boat.
that would work.
Oh, we don't have much else to lose.
So, all right, everyone in agreement? If we're ready to go, I will open the book.
So,
Get us out of here.
hold on. So you're gonna okay. All right. So you open
We're gonna try
the
talking to them.
portal, and you go right back. And as you go right back, you know you enter, and time is almost frozen. It's like you never left. You just get back right there. All right. So you're back exactly the moment you left. Are you sitting there to wait until the police eventually comes to get you? I guess that's the plan.
That's from the sounds of it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So the police just comes up. It's all right, guys. So yeah, we took a look, and we would like to talk to you. If that's okay. So please come with us to the police station. We'll have a chat, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Well, what did you guys all find out?
Well, we'll talk about it at the police station. You know, we shouldn't be talking about stuff like that over here with people that really have nothing to do with anything.
You mean like us?
But yeah, I mean, you can come inside.
We'll see. Let's just go have a conversation, and that way you can move on with your lives. I can move on with mine. You know, you're just trying to jump ahead, and we're not ready for that yet. So,
Well,
let's
let's get ready. There's
go
an
talk
explosion
a
in
little.
the train here.
And you see one of the police officers cocking a shotgun. It's like, so yeah, let's all go talk. And the guy says, easy,
Talking with a shotgun, bud?
easy. We're just talking here. Nobody's running yet. Tell you what, you can only shoot if you see any of them run. How about that? But don't shoot at the guy running. Shoot at the ones that they're not running. That way the guy running feels bad about running.
That's a good plan, actually.
Then we'll shoot him.
That would work.
Then we'll shoot him. So you shoot the guys not running. Because if you shoot the guy running, you miss. All right. So let's go. Let's go have a chat.
All right. Go.
All right. So you go to the police station. It's the police station. The captain says, "All right, please have a sit." And you're all sitting in his office. And he says, "Long trip, huh? Where you guys coming
Yeah, that was a pretty far walk.
again?
New Orleans.
Oh, New Orleans.
Chicago.
It's a nice place. So,
Been hot.
so tell me, can I see your guns real quick?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, here.
Yep, I pull out my revolver and set it down.
So he looks
I
at
got.
your
I
revolver and it's fine. He grabs your revolver,
Uh,
Lesser, and let's see what happens. Oh, my page disappeared.
I mean, we've been at for that gun has been fired like technically 2 weeks ago,
yeah.
so there wouldn't be much for him to notice.
All right. And he looks at Hourly and he's like, "Can I see your gun, sir?"
He pulls out his double barrel roll sawed-off shotgun.
Thank you.
I mean, as long as he doesn't look too much at the bullets.
All right. So I see some of these guns have been shot recently. I mean, the gun looks a little dirty. When did you shoot this gun last? And he
2
looks
weeks.
at both of you.
Last time I shot it, I
I'm sorry? What was that?
last time I shot it was a few weeks ago. I had a runaway test subject, a large dog, had
Oh,
a
a
bad
dog.
reaction
You shot
to
a dog?
some drugs.
Whose dog was that?
I mean, he had a shoot, just some spray I got. I was testing a medicine and he had a bad reaction, became extremely aggressive instead of, you know, calming down, becoming more docile. So
Oh,
to avoid getting my head bitten off, I had
bitten off.
to put him down.
Wow, that
Well,
seems like a
besides
lot. Yeah.
the dog had rabies, so
Oh,
it
okay.
was
And let me guess.
it was
He has 6 legs and 2 pairs of teeth, 4 tails.
at that point. At that point, just Edward pauses, reaches into his bag, pulls out the file. No, it was just a mixed breed. We were sure which one it. And
It's
he's
okay.
looking at the folder.
No, it's all right.
Would you like to take a look?
I just have very dark humor, and as things
Oh no, don't worry.
escalate, I
I
just help you
understand
escalate
perfectly.
them too. Why not? I mean, if we're gonna escalate everything, might as well just escalate it. But yeah, I got it. And what about
And
you, sir? Your gun looks like it's been recently shot. I mean, you're missing. You've been missing bullets in there.
Genius, I told you guys I shot that gun at least once.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Yeah, but that was like
at
2 weeks ago.
okay. So you shot that gun, and who did you shoot over there at the train?
I just gave a warning shot, that's all.
Okay.
There's some, like, people with like a bomb or something. I don't know. There was an explosion. I didn't know what they had. They're like they were coming at me, and I gave a warning shot, and
And we ran.
Okay.
then a bomb went off, and here we are.
All right. And so the bomb went off, and when the bomb went off, you just shot someone there.
No,
That's
I said I gave a warning shot,
okay. Okay. Cool. But
like up in the air.
see,
Like there's no bull.
here's where I don't get. I mean, so when you were taking your warning shot, did you just aim with your eyes closed and you just shot out and it was going
So,
wherever
like
it was going?
with you
Or
cops there, do you guys just with a warning shot? Do you just shoot them, or do you
no,
shoot
but that's
past
why.
them?
But see, the reason why I'm asking you is because I'm just trying to be specific here. Mainly because we found some bodies over there that happen to have some bullets that you're missing on your gun.
I
And
have one
with
bullet
this
missing on
whole
my gun.
thing, the bullets just don't come off on their own, and they just don't decide where to go unless somebody's actually aiming and shooting the gun and shooting someone. I'm just trying to understand how that turned out with a warning shot. That apparently you're saying that you just shot up or whatever you shot it.
So, like, real quick, can I just reach over and try to grab my gun from him?
Absolutely not. Not what we're having this conversation. Maybe in a later future, in the near future, if I feel a little more comfortable, yeah. But right now, during the time that we're having this conversation, and reading your body language at the moment, no, I wouldn't like you to reach for the gun. I'm not gonna reach for it either. But I'm just saying, let's leave the gun out there. We can both talk without necessarily be holding any guns.
You're
My
telling me
two
that I'm
my
missing
two
more than
officers
one
over
bullet in
here.
there. I know I only shot one bullet.
He's
There's no
my
way that there's more than one missing. If it is, it's you corrupt cops that took the bullets. You're trying to pin it on me.
no. You're totally right. You're missing one bullet, but the bullet just seems to be inside of somebody's body. And you're
Ah,
telling me you took a warning shot. So let's see. Let's have a let's have a group conversation. Let's make a group thing out of this. So first of all, you a new guy, and you look at Ivan. Were you with them on the
Yes.
train?
No, I was in the other wagon.
So have you seen him at all in the train?
No.
Okay, very well. So do you all see him in the train?
No?
No? Okay, very well. Now that we established that, so let me talk to the three of you then. So let's all get our story straight first. Otherwise, we're aiding
we
and abetting. And let's just not be guilty of that. So there is this thing that happens that you told me you took a warning shot. And out of that warning shot, now there is a body there that is got one of your bullets. So whether one of you three tell me who shot that gun, because obviously somebody shot that gun and shot that person, and maybe one of you three stays here until we figure things out, or maybe all of three of you get to stay here for being, accomplices to this, and we all get to see the judge on Monday.
I think you're. I mean, so he said he did a warning shot now. So to lay the scene,
Yeah, but how when I said, "Hey,
straight in the air.
all
You
right,
the warning shot is straight in the air, so no one would be around. Like, who's he gonna shoot when he's shooting straight up?
that is a great question, and that's the same thing I thought, and that's why I said, hey, when you took the warning shot, did you have your eyes closed and you just shot anywhere?" And he said no. He said that he didn't shoot anybody. And I was very curious about that because I like to pay attention when I talk to people. I like to figure out what they're saying. Um, but when you have a body there with a bullet that happens to match the missing bullet of a gun.
Well, it's a 45, revolver. I mean, I have one. I mean, that's a very common. That's a common weapon,
Can I see your
sir.
gun? Let me see your gun.
Yeah, yeah. My gun's right here. Yeah, it's right there.
Okay. Well, your gun looks clean. You're not missing any bullets.
Well, yeah, because I didn't. I honestly, I was kind of not sure what was going on. So
Exactly.
Eric here,
Exactly.
he was the one that kind of helped. He's the one that took a stand and like did a warrant so we could get away. That's how we got here.
So
Like he
we
helped
got
us
to
get
an
here, or else you guys wouldn't have been able to even find the evidence.
He says, so we got to an agreement. We can both agree with this. I am 100% sure that you didn't take the shot. And I'm 100% sure that he didn't take the shot. And he looks at Arlian, what Arlian is just thinking about God knows what. He's not paying attention at all. And he said, I'm pretty
Technically,
sure
he's
he
paying
took the
attention.
shot. I'm pretty sure that he took the shot. And I'll tell you what,
Sure, I took the shot.
I know that you took the shot. I know that maybe you were trying to defend somebody, you felt threatened, whatever. And you shot that person right through.
Tell me, can I
feel like we're
ask you a question
misunderstanding.
here, officer?
Straight
Sure,
in the
you
air.
can, yeah.
How many people were dead on that train?
Oh, trust me, there's a lot of dead people. However, my question is, how many people happen to have a bullet from your gun?
How many other people had guns on the train?
There are
I
many
mean,
people-
yeah, exactly. How many people
which,
have bullets?
once
How
we
many
get
other
figured
bullets?
out exactly what happened to your gun, maybe we can get to figure it out. How did the rest of you that didn't shoot a gun manage to make those big holes inside of the other people? What did you use exactly?
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Are you?
The rest of the people were stabbed. They were stabbed with something. Something very sharp. Coney like. So
Maybe it's maybe
I
because of explosion stuff flying
I,
around and things
I mean,
explode.
there was
So-
actually nothing that flew around that looks like it's got blood from stabbing anybody the size it is. Because the holes that the people have are the size of my arms.
So you see, I'll let Trevor know. You see
can't-
Eric
I
Dissa wanting to tell him it's the creature. You can see him holding it.
you sound, sir. I'm sorry, but you sound kind of crazy right now. I don't even know what you're talking about. You're saying that people had gaping holes in them.
I sound kind of crazy.
I mean, kinda.
Okay, so
I mean, I've seen something similar.
so let's see. There's a missing bullet from your gun, from his gun.
Yeah, but how many other guns did you find on the train?
Hold on. There's somebody shot. There is. His gun just happened to be shot recently. I don't know. We found a bunch of other guns. We have a bunch of 22s. We have a bunch of 9mm. If we have to be specific here, we even found a shotgun. Now, but you know what we didn't find? We didn't find anything remotely sharp and pointy, big enough to make holes like that. Trust me, you gotta have a lot of strength to make those holes. And people
Excuse me,
just
police
wear-
Well, I
officer,
mean-
if I may ask,
people just wear-
are the wounds smooth or just jagged like something being punched straight through?
They
Because
just
if they're
seem to be
smooth, I've
straight
seen
through.
something similar to that.
They just seem to be straight through.
Eric undoes a flask a little bit and takes a twig.
I guess I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you're implying a lot of things. I mean, I don't. We weren't even like there. We were closer to the front than wherever the explosion was. We heard a commotion and we were trying to kind of get ourselves in a spot, and then after the derailment, we got out of there.
I see.
You see here, officer, me and my buddy here were playing cards against a couple of people, and they were coming after us because we won a lot of money from them. They were upset. So I was scared for me and my buddy here, Pat and Trevor, and we were... I took that shot to keep them away from getting close to us without getting a fight. Wherever that explosion was, I have no idea. I just remember that's what happened. Then an explosion happened. And we hightailed it out of there, officer.
Okay, so you took the shot.
Up in the air,
Well,
yes.
tell you what. Um, so I'm gonna need your names. I'm gonna need your IDs. I'm gonna need to know exactly where you're from, where you live. I'm gonna need your address. So that way we can continue this investigation. And if need be, I'm going to go find you, because this is an open investigation right now. Both of you, all three of you, are more than welcome to leave because I cannot prove anything from you guys. You, the one that did take this shot, you know what? You're not arrested, but you get to stick around town until we can figure it out exactly if you did kill somebody or not.
Yeah, you guys probably sticking around town anyways, I guess.
Correct.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. So, well, you're all free to leave. You are gonna go back with the police officer to the inn, and you're gonna stay at the inn until Monday that we get to see the judge. And you know what? I'm gonna be very, very honest with you. I think you did it. I cannot prove it yet, but I think you did it.
You said that he's not under arrest, but he has to wait to see the judge.
Yep, we're gonna.
What does he need to see the judge for?
Well, because most likely by then we're gonna be able to prove that he did it.
Okay.
Yeah, prove that I did it. You guys are
gonna
going to
take
play
two
Yeah.
on the
days.
evidence.
I'm sorry. He's innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that he's guilty. He is here. He's detained. So
You can't.
all I am saying is that he gets to stay here until we conclude that investigation. And once we conclude it, if he's guilty, he's going to see the judge on Monday.
Being confined to a location is being under arrest, sir.
No. He doesn't have handcuffs. He just doesn't get to leave
Okay.
town. And
He
the only place
doesn't
that
need
he
to have
can stay,
doesn't need to have handcuffs. He's being confined to a location by
he
law
doesn't get to
enforcement.
leave town. And the only place that he can stay is the inn. There's no other place for him to stay. You three are more than welcome to go. Now, I do want you guys to also give me your IDs. So I'm going to need your addresses because if he is guilty,
No, you just
you're going to be
said.
accomplices.
So is he guilty or is he not? If he's not guilty, you can't keep him. I don't understand. I'm not giving you anything. I didn't do anything. I'm being a good citizen, telling you that there was something happening. If we didn't come to tell you, you guys wouldn't have known. And all those people, there would have been even more dead people. So now you're coming back at us saying that we did it, but we're actually the ones that helped more people, or more people would have been hurt.
I'm not saying that you did anything, but I'm just saying that you.
Okay, then we can go. You're saying so you're not saying we did something, so then we can go. There's no reason we need to be held.
I am saying that all three of you can go. He gets to stick around town. He can go anywhere he wants to within the town. He's free
Okay,
to go
I'm gonna
wherever he
leave.
wants.
I'm not giving you my information though. I'm not giving you nothing.
Well, this is an open investigation, and you're a witness.
Well, then you can come find me when you need me. I'm not giving you my information.
Well, sir, this is an
I don't
open
need to.
investigation, and I'm gonna.
I don't need to give you my information.
To comply with the law and provide me with.
It's not the law.
As requested.
It's not the law. I didn't do it.
Eric's gonna.
With your ID when there's probable cause for a crime, yes, it is the law.
But there is no crime. You admitted to it. That there is that you don't think that we
there
did it.
is a crime.
So
There is a crime and there is an open investigation. I am admitting.
okay, but you're saying that there's probable cause that we did it. But you just said that there is no probable cause that we did it. So then,
No.
you see what I'm saying,
I am
though?
saying that there's no probable cause that all three of you did it.
Exactly. So
However,
So there's no
It's
probable
just
cause
one.
that we.
cause that he might have done it.
Well, okay, fair. My information, because you just said there's no probable cause that I did it.
Well, I'll
So
tell
I'm
you what,
not going to give you my information.
you're more than welcome to go. I'm pretty sure we can find you in New Orleans if we need to.
Yeah. You got it, sir.
And you, sir, you get to
Eric.
stick around town until we finish our investigation.
All right.
Can't he? Does he have to stay in the hotel room? Doesn't that seem a bit excessive?
In the hotel room, it's just that the inn is the only place that really he can stay. This is a very small town, and there's nowhere else that he can stay. And we
Okay.
do have laws against sleeping outside. So
Okay. Well, the way you made it sound, sir. I'm sorry, but the way you made it sound was that he's like stuck in there all weekend, and like we kind of were planning to kind of do something fun, and we still want to do something fun.
He can go into the diner and eat. He can go outside and look at the birds. He can do whatever he wants. He just cannot leave town.
Okay. Yeah. Until Monday, and then we're free to go because we didn't do it.
Finish our investigation. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, I'm gonna grab my weapons, put them back up, and all right. Well, it was a pleasure. I hope that you do find the guys that did this. If you're assuming something, because apparently you're assuming someone did it. I hope you can figure that out.
Someone did do it, definitely.
That's unfortunate. I'm really upset that so many people got hurt and died. That is
but we'll
a shame.
him. I'm sure we'll get him. We just need a little.
Yeah, you got to bring him to justice. I know you guys will bring him to justice.
Just a day or two, and we'll just figure it out. It's very, if I have to be honest, I am very excited about this, he says. Because, here in this town, as you can see, it's a very small town. Barely anything ever happens. So this is actually fun for me.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate so many people had to get hurt because of it.
This is the kind of thing that makes my blood boil. So when things like this happen, I am really ready to find who the culprit is and who the accomplices are and all that. And I love to just get everybody in jail or prison.
Yeah, I can tell you seem really, really passionate.
I am very, very passionate. So I will say to you, you have a good night. And remember, please, Eric, do not leave town. Thank you.
Oh, no problem, officer. I'll be seeing you around.
Good. And he lets you all go, and he calls.
And I can take my gun.
And he says, "All right, I want you to go sweep the whole area. I want to know everything. I want you to run fingerprints on everything. I want to know who blew their nose over there." So, what do you guys want to do?
Get out of earshot of any cop, if possible.
Well, the town is
starters.
big, so, there's cops here and there, but there's not cops on every single block or anything like that. It's still a small town.
Yeah. Should we go to the diner and regroup? This kind of derailed the whole mission. There's a lot of derailing going on in this campaign. Poof.
Well,
What do you guys think?
Things are just going a little left.
We be good boys, patiently wait until it's around 2, and then we get the hell out of Dodge.
No,
I
not
think we
much else
should
we're going to do outside of just running away for the rest of the time. I mean,
clear our names in case we run. There'll be like fugitives, and everybody will hunt us.
Well,
Depends
they only
how
know.
much
They,
you're
tec- they
guilty.
technically will only be chasing Eric because they know him. I'm not
The
going to leave you
problem
Eric.
with that theory is that they already decided that he,
So,
if not all of us, are guilty.
so
Now they're going
we
to look for any semblance of proof to actually claim we did it.
Well, consider this: there is possibility they set us free. So maybe we wait and then try to escape.
oh, they set
Eric.
you guys free for sure. My juice is cooked.
Yes, Ivan. Yeah, we can leave right now. We can just get out of here, and Eric has to stay. Like we can do that, but I don't feel bad, but he's my boy.
Whoa!
He's my boy. Yeah, no, I don't feel bad because like it's kind of like it happened. It is technically our fault, but we need to try to figure out a way to falsify evidence.
Well, we
Or-
should have told them about the creature. That's what we should have done.
Eric, I really think that would have been the worst idea that you could have honestly come up with ever.
They're sitting there trying to
Only
figure
way
out
that
what
they
heck
would have
stabbed them.
trusted that claim if
You
we were to demonstrate something that is undeniably monstrous or supernatural.
I mean, I can show him
Would
my
you
portal
like to
book.
do that?
Show them supernatural.
Don't release your vampire flies or whatever. Not right now.
They are completely harmless
No, that's not.
physically.
That's yeah.
Did you say they eat their memories? Hey,
Yeah,
I think we're onto something over here with this guy. He says they
my
releases them and he eats their memories. We forget this entire situation even happens.
Oh my god. That's actually not.
It could be doable. We just have to take them into a room where I can summon these little fellas, and that's it.
I mean, you're.
Although I don't guarantee I'd be able to control them. They're a bit mischievous.
What kind of what percentage are we thinking? Like, how often do they listen to you?
Roughly in 1 out of 3 summons.
1 out of 3.
Yes,
That is
roughly.
That is not good. That is. Ooh. There's a lot of ideas, guys.
They're perfectly fine. They won't possess anyone. They won't harm anyone unless
How do they go away? Like, or do they just stick around forever, or do they go away at some point?
They usually leave after they're done eating, or if I unsummon, or if I dismiss them.
So, do we want to maybe try to do that to the captain?
That sounds like a great idea.
If you're not careful, it may lead to them ending up with no active or functional mind.
I mean, that's really unfortunate, but that's
I'm
too
good with
bad for
that,
him
too.
at that point.
The
my
guy
boy
seems
can
like
go
a
free.
douche.
I'm glad you said it.
What did you say?
That captain seems like a douche.
Oh, he most definitely does. And honestly, I don't mind feeding my little friends enough of their minds to leave them as vegetables, but I don't know if you lot would be fine with turning them into vegetables.
So, Mega, when we were in the office, was it like a completely enclosed room, or was there like windows to like see internally? Like, can people from inside the office area see us
No, there's
inside that
windows.
office?
People can see you.
Okay, so
Like kind of
maybe we
built
don't
up.
do it in his office. Maybe like a completely
Like do what exactly?
like if we were like when we are sitting in his office, can people in
Yeah.
like the rest of the precinct look
People
in?
can
Are there
see
like windows and stuff into the office?
150%.
So maybe we don't do it in the police station.
People can
I
definitely
mean,
see you in the office.
I don't see why not. We just
Can
need to erase memory of everyone there.
though that's I mean
There you go. See?
I don't. Are you able to do that? Like, is that actually a possibility, or is that like a fantasy?
I just need to let them eat and not stop.
The cops will definitely shoot at whatever it is.
And that he just smiled.
Oh,
Edward literally just smiled. They would use 5 pieces of lead against swarm of ethereal creatures made of fire.
does that not work? Do we have
I
to be
don't
around for that?
think
All right. So what are we doing? Like, what's the actual plan? Are we actually doing that? You guys doing that? I'm fine with that if that's what you want to do.
I mean, it's definitely a convincing argument. I don't know how everyone else feels about it, but I mean,
I'm for it.
or we can wait it, or we can try and stake him out and like get him alone so that no other cops are around, and then let him loose on him.
technically we don't need to be in the same room. I don't even
Oh,
need.
perfect.
I can summon them within a few meters of myself. So
Oh, sweet. Was his
the-
office on the ground floor, or Mega?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, the whole precinct is just one floor.
so I just need to stand right beneath his office window and summon a bunch of creepy bugs.
And then we can just leave, and then we don't even have to figure out the repercussions. We can just go to the diner and see what happens.
Yep. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Okay.
All
Sweet.
right. All right. So how are you gonna do this? You walking towards? You walking into the precinct? You like?
Walking around the outside to find the wind, like just kind of from afar, just trying to see. Because I mean, we've been in there, so we know generally where his office is.
Are you planning to break a window?
No, the summoning um, the summoning allows me to. This is one of the rules, but I would need confirmation from you.
Yeah.
The summoning allows me to pop them out within several meters from me, so they
Yes.
don't need to appear in the same spot as me. So
Correct.
technically, as long as I see where where I want to summon them, I should be more than capable of actually summoning them there.
And you know what? I completely 150% agree with that statement, provided that you pass the power roll required to bind them.
Control them? Why should they control them? I just need to summon them in that one location and we leave.
Because technically they can go anywhere. They can turn on you or
They
anyone
would
else.
need to go through the. They might care. Edward does not.
But to be fair, I mean, realistically though, they would if they're hungry vampires, right? So they want to feed, right? So they'd go for the
They are
path of least resistance.
they're they're called vampires, but they're not really vampires. They're literally like I'll call them. Do you know how? Do you know what tyrannids are?
Left
All right.
tyrannid.
So let's get it done. So
They're literally just bugs that gather their energy from memories, whereas they eat to send to the primary creature. They're literally summon spell that I, as a summoner, summon fraction of.
all right.
They're
So
literally just swarm that comes from a outer plane god.
let's do it then. Okay. So you are right in front of the police station. Doors right there. You know, if all the police officers, you know, are doing their thing. Maybe one or two police officers just notice you there, but not like everybody. And one of the police officers maybe even waves at you. It's, you know, just lifts their hand and says, "Hey," you know, just waving.
Good day. Good day.
So you go
Wave
ahead, you
back.
summon the vampires. Go ahead and roll your power. See how we do.
I mean, if I can control them, I'm just going to go after the main target.
Oh yeah, of course.
I have no idea what they rolled.
A
The
35 out of
35.
30 you roll. So you summon a nice big group of vampires. Actually, do me a favor. Just for the
Oh.
sake of this, roll. Go ahead and roll because technically you were trying to make a big statement here. Go ahead and roll 1d50.
I don't need a big statement. Besides, those things are the size of a rain of rice individually.
Exactly. Go ahead and
Well,
roll
technically
1d50.
not the size of a grain of rice, but more like one small bean.
Yeah. Well, go ahead
But
and roll
they're
1d50.
not big.
All right.
Yeah.
So two vampires come out. The police officers don't even pay much attention because they're too far to look at them. So go ahead and roll your luck.
Well, we were doing this inside the captain's office, so it would be on captain, right?
I'm summoning them inside the office
Okay.
from the outside, so
Okay.
they shouldn't go after me. But
Perfect.
okay,
Perfect. I want everybody to
you said
roll your
roll luck.
Everybody roll
Oh,
your
that's
luck.
really bad.
And we are all outside.
All right. So Ivan here gets up and says, "Well, you know, you'll have a good day," and he just leaves. He just steps out of the office and closes the door behind him. All of you, obviously, as we just stated, the little vampires are too little, so probably not many people really pays a lot of attention to them. However, these vampires are going to go and bite everyone. not just a police officer. So let's figure it
And
out
it
how
cannot take
well
a
things
lot
go.
of time to do anything.
Let's figure out how well things go. So
I mean, after
Arlen,
he cast it, I would leave. I mean, I
Arlen.
wouldn't stand around and
Well,
see what
you can
happens.
get
I would
up
already
and
be gone.
start walking out. That's fine. Sure. Arlen, go
Yeah,
ahead and
I'm going to the
roll.
diner.
Arlen, go ahead and roll a 1d5.
And those things don't actually stay that long.
That's fine. 2. Trevor, go ahead and roll 1d5 on your way out. Thank you. And Travis, since you cannot leave, my friend, you're gonna go ahead and roll a 1d. Well, actually, you can leave too. I'm sorry. So also 1d5. Yeah, you can leave. You're not arrested. I just remembered. Fine. Okay. And now I'm gonna roll a 1d5 for the captain. All right. So we got our turns. Okay. So there's 2 vampires, we said. So one of them will definitely go after Eric. And he'll stalk on Eric like crazy. The other one will go for Edward. Crazy scientist. So
I thought
let's
they were
figure
inside.
out how crazy things are. So on a 1 to 100, which will be the amount of memories that you have right now, let's play with a 15% of your memory. How about that? 15% sounds good enough. So each one of you, go ahead and roll a 1d15.
Yeah, I'm confused on how.
Well, the
Yeah,
captain
because we
rolled a
were
1.
doing it from the inside,
we
and
we were
fire vampires cannot pass through the walls.
No, I know that. You said you were inside of the
We're not
office.
doing.
No, we were
No,
outside the office. We
no,
went out
we
the
were
outside.
outside,
Oh, I'm sorry. I
summoning
got
them
confused.
inside.
I got confused. Okay. So the office is, you guys are outside the office. The door is closed. So how are you getting the vampire inside of the office?
I mean, you agreed that I don't need to summon them next to me or in the same room as me.
You're saying
Right,
through
So
the
yeah,
window.
but I'm sorry, I misunderstood you.
that
I
I just
thought
need
you
to
were going
see.
to summon them from like outside and that the vampires were just going to go inside of the police station and they were going to attach to just anybody. I didn't know that you had a specific target in mind. However, if you do have a specific target in mind, if there's a wall in between you and that person, regardless if that wall is made out of glass because it's a gigantic window, or maybe it is a door, the little things still have to have access to it. Not to mention that you also missed the original power roll, right? So you didn't bind them. Regardless if you're inside of the office or not, we did go ahead and roll the numbers to figure out where they're going to be going. So the captain's role is obviously not going to count because the captain is inside of the office. So maybe we should roll the rest of the police officers. So let's go ahead.
Wait.
Let's count. Let's see how many police
So
officers will be there. So let's say about 1d15.
so he wasn't able to put them through the glass.
9 police officers. So let's roll 9 times to see where those vampires are gonna go. 2 4s. So technically, at this point, we can stop rolling. Because by having 2 4s, that gives you enough time to walk out before they get to you. Because they're busy on someone else. Your rolls are much lower than those are. So, you manage to get outside. And the vampires are, going for everybody there, eating their memories. So, what do you guys do?
Maybe that's one number where it will take them a bit to eat sufficient. So, I would advise us finding a way to get out of city in a more subtle way. To sneak out.
You will try to sneak out. Okay.
I mean, we
your
need to leave the
plan-
city.
So your plan
We,
is
our,
since you release the vampires on there, to just leave town. Is that what I'm getting?
I mean,
mean,
so
we want
and all those people are losing their memories.
Well, all the
They
people
will
outside
regain.
of the
They will.
captain's office, yes, they seem to be losing their memories slowly, little by little, depending on how full the vampires are. Because eventually they're gonna stop eating.
I mean,
And
to
he
drain
sent
memory of one person, it takes an entire swarm, which is around 100 vampires. And you said that I summoned only 2, so
Right.
they might forget what they had for breakfast.
Exactly. Okay. Perfect. So some of them will forget what they possibly have for breakfast. This was a great plan, by the way.
Yeah, but bad rolls.
Well, I thought that it was going through the window. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
it would have.
I guess I don't understand
that
how
was a bit.
summoning works.
Hold on. It would have.
The summoning is weirdly described
It
because
would have worked.
it requires a line of sight, but the range of the summon is quite iffily described because it only says that you need to see where you're summoning
So I'll tell you what.
thing, which in theory means that I can take binocular and summon something in the middle of the town.
I'll tell you what. How
But
about
that
I
would
let you summon
break
them
the
again?
entire balance of the game.
How about I let you summon them again? Would you like to do that? But this time, I'm going to charge you 6 points of magic for your summon.
I mean, I don't really use them for my magic points for anything.
And but how much magic do you have?
6.
6. Okay. So that means that after you summon, you're going to pass out. You're going to be exhausted and you're going to fall asleep right there on the spot.
I mean, you can always say I had a seizure or something like that.
So if you want to do it, you can go ahead and do it right now. Summon them again.
Sure. I mean, I just want too much the memories of the sheriff.
Go ahead. Roll your power. Power! And then we're
Everybody
roll again
yells.
1d50. There
Oh,
you go. Now you control them. Now roll a 1d50. Watch when he rolls a 1. The one little vampire that he controls. No, 48. The guy controls 48 vampires. But unfortunately, he fell asleep.
Can I order them one thing before I just send the mental image
Roll
of
your
who
luck.
they're supposed to
Roll
go
your luck.
after?
Let's see if you manage to do it before you faint.
No.
No, you fainted.
But the door was
So
closed,
they're
right?
going.
The door was closed, though, right?
Yes, the door is closed.
Alright, well, I guess.
That means they're going to go after everyone in the office.
That is true.
Alright.
Yes, and that's
Alright.
48 of them. That's 48 of them. So let's roll everybody again in 1d5, with the exception of. Well, no, actually, Erlian gets to roll too. No, actually, I'm sorry. No, Erlian doesn't get to roll because he did pass the power roll, so they're not gonna go against him, even if he's sleeping. So Trevor, give me a 1d5. Eric, give me a 1d5. Ivan, give me a 1d5. The captain's not.
Ivan's gone, ain't he?
Out of the office, so he's probably not even noticing what's going on. And then we said that there was gonna be 9 police officers.
Well,
Well, it's pretty high rolls. So as long as you guys roll a 2 or a 1, you're kind of good.
I rolled a 5. But
I
they also
mean,
rolled a
you're
5.
gonna lose quite a few memories. But who knows? Maybe you will lose memories of some trauma, so it's not necessarily
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, before I was a cap burglar, I was a soldier. I'll just forget about this. I'll just forget about all the soldier shit. No.
So we got Eric rolling.
I mean, if you were a soldier during World War One, that's gonna be a therapy.
Yeah.
Ivan, I need you to roll a 1d5, please.
I thought he, but didn't. I thought he left.
Who? Me?
Ivan.
No, I did.
Ivan? No, Ivan left. I thought he was the only. He like left us like pretty quickly.
His character's still in the game.
No, we can't hear you,
No.
Ivan.
Let me see. No, Ivan's still in
Oh, I thought he left. Maybe just his mic was busted. That's that. He was being quiet. I thought he left.
he may be having connection issues. But in any case, let's roll for Ivan. See, he's having connection issues. But in any case, all right. So, Trevor. Trevor, go ahead. Give me a 1d50.
150.
And I'm being nice. Let's talk about 50% of your memories right here. So you lose about 14% of your overall memories. And
I just skipped through World War One.
And they could be anything. So Ivan, if you can hear me, I need you to roll a 1d5, please.
Can I actually gain sanity for forgetting World War One?
No. Fine, all right.
That would be neat.
So the vampires that they just summoned, they go after you too. I need you to roll a 1d50 also, please. They're so nice that they're just costing you all their memories. And then after that, Arlene is gonna be like, "Don't worry, I know you. I'm your friend. Just come with me. Hold this gun right next to your head. Pull that trigger. Okay, now I get to experiment on them."
Hey,
Ooh.
who knows? If
Ivan
I might
loses
give you
about
a cool
38%.
robot arm.
Ivan loses 38% of his
Oh
memory.
no, he did leave. No, he did leave. He said, "I thought I left the place with the luck roll."
Oh, okay. So you're outside then? Okay, fine. Then you're outside. That doesn't count. All right. Cool. So then it'll be between the rest of the police officers that roll a 4, and I believe that Eric rolled a 1,
Yeah, 1.
so he's fine. All right. So all the police officers are kind of like brain dead. So Trevor, go ahead and give me some. Let's roll for your common memories. You know, your name, where you're from, um, how old you are, your family, and things like that. So give me a 1d10. Let's see how much you remember from that. So you roll about a 6. So you may not necessarily know exactly where you come from, but you have a good moral compass, as much as you have before at least. You may or may not remember your name, but you definitely won't remember where you're from if you remember your name or things like that. You may not remember necessarily how to shoot a gun, you know, particularly because, you know, shooting a gun is an acquired skill. And it's a skill that if you don't continue using, you lose. So pretty much any memory you have, you're going to have to roll to see if you remember it or not. All right. So nice investment, by the way, because the captain still remembers everything. What do we do now?
And this was like, I'm still. I guess I'm still confused because I thought we were outside. When were we inside?
Yeah,
You said you
we
were
were
inside of the
supposed to
police
be
station.
outside.
No, I was no. We were
No,
always outside. We always were on the outside of the police station.
Okay. So hold on. Let me
I,
describe this
I,
again so we can all get in the same page here. So you're saying you're outside,
we
which is
were
fine.
outside of the box. I summoned inside in the box.
Okay.
We were still outside of the box, but my summon was in the box.
Okay.
That's dumb enough to explain it.
No matter where you summon, since they are close to you, the rolls will still apply. The rolls that everybody just took. You are
okay, but I feel like
exhausted and you pass out. So therefore, you cannot direct them where you want them to go. They are free to go anywhere. The only person that are not going to attack is you, because you manage to tie them up to you. We agree on that. Now, everybody else,
Yes.
unfortunately, is not controlling those things. So therefore, everyone else is fair game. So you guys
So like the
whatever you
so
guys roll. Some
if
of
we
them
summon,
some of them went inside to attack the police officers. Some of them got stuck on Trevor. Some of them could have gone to Ivan, but apparently Ivan was a little further away from you guys.
so they summon on Edward, or he could. I thought he could cast
Well,
it
he not
several
cast them
meters away.
He cannot. He's not casting them in the distance. He's not just waving his hand, making them appear in the next room. Those things appear next to him. He's just directing them where to go. And that roll that he did would have worked out perfectly if, unfortunately, he didn't faint. But
like
points,
I think our
they draw from your overall energy. So therefore, the moment that you get up to 2 magic points, that's when you end up falling asleep. You lose all your magic points, and you're probably gonna have to sleep, I want to say, a whole night through to recover them. You recover your magic points overnight. So he is out for at least 8 hours.
Okay, so I know we keep going over this type ordeal, but the thing was, I think we're like outside of a wall. We were told that he could summon it basically on the other side of a wall into the captain's office,
Yeah.
which is where we're trying to summon it. So we're on the other side of a
Captain
wall.
inside.
And so while the vampires were inside, they were wanting them to attack the captain. Now we're saying we're getting attacked, but like they'd have to go through a wall or through his closed door to get to us. and then we're trying to figure out like how they get into us if he summoned them inside of a room. You're like, it
And
has
they're
to be
getting
beside
everyone but the
him,
captain.
but
They're
you
getting
told
everyone
us,
but the captain.
and you told us that it was okay for him to summon it so it's not beside him in a certain area where this was at. Like
Well,
he
then we're
could
gonna have
summon it
to
away from
determine how
him.
far that summoning will be. So let's determine that then. Okay. So let's go with. Let's talk about feet. All right. So Arlian, give me a 1d10. 1d10 feet. That's the only thing you didn't roll so far.
8
Okay.
feet.
So you summoned an 8
So
feet
if
away.
so as long as I'm right next to the wall when I'm
Yeah.
summoning them, I should be able to
No, you still have the whole
summon
48.
them in his
The
zone.
whole 48. 48. Now, instead of doing a 1d5 for the everybody that is next to the summoner, since they are not so close, we're gonna do just a luck roll. So the two of you that roll the 5, or the one of you that roll a 5, go ahead and just roll luck. All right. So then we determine that those vampires go into the police station, and they get on all the
In the
officers.
chief's office, and we're supposed to be summoning them while chief
Yeah.
was inside.
Very specifically, we were going out to the outside of his office from the outside and putting it just into his office. Is what our
Okay.
original intent was.
How are you getting them inside of the office when there's glass windows?
Didn't we just determine that I can summon them around 8 feet of me?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Or
So
do
you're
you want me to
summoning
write
them
you down a
directly
plan,
inside. That's what you're saying.
step by step? If you need me to write you down what they want to do step by step, I can do it.
No, I'm just understanding now that what you're doing is you're summoning them inside while you're standing outside. It's like you're standing right next to the wall, and your plan will be to summon them inside. And my argument to that will be okay, that's fine, you can do it. But if you do that, then you have no way to be able to tie them to you. Because you
I
technically
never
don't
had
have any reach on
intention
them.
of,
You're in between a wall.
But but that
I
that's
never
but
had
that's
intention of
that's why, because his
finding
door
them.
was closed. We were just gonna leave. We were gonna cast him and leave.
Okay.
Yeah,
We weren't concerned with the repercussions. His door was closed. We were just gonna cast a bunch
There
of
you go.
vampires things in there and leave.
while
Okay.
he's
So
inside, and
just so I
that was
understand
entire
correctly,
strategy.
then you're summoning 48 of those little things inside of the police captain's office for the police
Yes.
captain.
Yes, and to
Pretty much.
scramble his brains.
Okay. All right. So
And then we'll probably still wait till Monday. I don't know.
let's see how this goes. Let's roll for the police captain how many memories he loses.
I mean, as long as he loses past 2 days of memories, we're good.
He loses about 42% of his memories. So he might as
And
well
probably a
be.
lot of sanity because he was just swarmed by a bunch of little jellyfish-like creatures made out of fire and brimstone.
So
By the way, did you see
if
their
the
the
captain
artwork
is
for those
40
things? They're
years old,
adorable.
if the captain is 40 years old, we can assume that the captain lost about 22 years of his life worth of memories. So let's see if the captain remembers about you guys particularly. Where is that character sheet? actually he fumbled. So he probably don't even remember much of how he became a police officer to begin with. So he goes outside. After that happens, he looks at you and he says, "What's going on, fellas? What are you up to?"
Just taking a break before we keep traveling.
Oh, well, let me tell you what. My mom normally takes me, about a block away from here. There's an ice cream truck that drives by. They have strawberry. It's really, really nice. You should try it. Really good. You know, Santa's coming soon.
Really?
Yeah.
Should do
Yeah.
that.
By the way, do you guys wear outfits too? Do you like this nice outfit I got? I am a police officer today. I think tomorrow I'm gonna be an astronaut. I like astronauts.
Is he talking to us through the window?
Probably.
Yes.
I mean, I don't mind.
Should we ask him for Eric's files?
What?
Hey, do you have a file for Eric Fletcher on your
I
desk?
don't.
Eric Fletcher?
No, I never gave him my
Let me
name.
see.
No, they took your name. Remember?
Oh, they asked for it.
No, I don't see any. What is the file?
Yeah, I think we're fine.
A bunch of papers.
I think we're good to
There's
go,
papers
guys.
everywhere over here. I think I'm gonna make a bunch of airplanes.
Yeah,
Yeah, you should do that.
have fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I got some
Uh,
friends I'm gonna go hang out with later. Maybe we get to play
Yeah,
some
all right.
ball.
Well, maybe.
Have fun, kid.
Yeah, don't too much.
Enjoy your day.
Too much fun.
Ooh, I got a gun. I got a gun. Oh.
Okay, we should go. We should
You
go.
should give that to someone else.
Yeah, let's not be here when things start getting noisy.
All right. So,
Yeah.
what do you guys do?
Run.
Yeah. I mean, is it safe to assume Eric's off the hook then?
There is really no way to be 100% sure.
Do you guys want to just hang out till Monday, see how this plays out, or do you want to just leave and hope that for the best?
I'd advise us to leave.
Let's leave and hope for the best.
Well, the train's kind of fucked, right? So we'll probably have to get a car.
You're gonna need a vehicle.
Or a bus.
Is there a car dealership or something around, or?
Dealership? No. That town's probably about 5 blocks long. It is the true definition of a small town. No. However, there's a mechanic that maybe he's got a car that he can sell you or something.
Is there a bus terminal like in town, or is that probably the best option, the mechanic?
The mechanic, you can tell that probably those cars are not necessarily from people in the town, that maybe people break down and he just fixes the cars.
Okay, but is there a bus terminal in town?
Bus terminal, go ahead and roll your luck.
Does someone else want to see if there's?
Oh, that's it.
Let me.
There's no bus terminal. We already got that roll. We're sticking to that one.
Gotcha.
All right, well let's go see the mechanic then, I guess.
So the mechanic is like, he sees you coming. It's like, oh, fellas, uh, you look like you need a vehicle. By the way, weren't you guys on the train? I was
Yeah.
talking to my friend Louis. He works at the police station. I thought he said you guys were staying put.
No.
Nope.
We're,
No, they determined we're not really
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
no, probably not.
suspects, so
Well, that's pretty cool. I'm really happy for you guys. Yeah, you know what? They shouldn't really mess with people that are innocent. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So, what can I do you for?
We are trying to get to Dallas. But the
Dallas.
train's obviously broken down.
Yeah,
Hoping that maybe
you can
we
say
could,
that.
maybe you had a car that you could help us get to. I'm willing to pay
I
you.
got the exact thing you need. Oh my goodness. You know what? This guy broke down, and he is from Boston. And this was about 6 months ago. He left the car. I fixed it, but he never came back to pick it up. So the car's mine now. Long story short.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
how much to take it off your hands?
So what?
How much to take it off your hands?
Well, you know, it's a car that I got for fixing it only. So I will give it to you for. I mean, we're talking about a nice car here. You know, it's a nice four, very durable truck. So I don't know, $350.
Deal.
All right.
What
Right.
kind of truck is it? The Model TT truck?
Yep. It's a model. I don't know, whatever model is from the time. I know it's not a T, but you know, whatever.
I
This is
have another one of these annoying.
yeah. Is this okay? Uh, this is yours,
Oh,
and here's the keys, and you know, it's got a full tank because I barely drive it. It runs very smooth because I fixed it. So good
awesome.
luck.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
If Louis asks, tell him we say hi.
Yeah, no problem. He's a good police officer.
Yeah.
He
I
runs
mean,
the
he
town real
seems like he's
tight.
really kind of getting into his youth.
He runs the town real tight. So yeah, I mean we've been crime free since he became a captain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's great. Well, he's a real youthful spirit.
youthful
I guess,
spirit.
but
I don't know.
yeah.
He never struck me like that.
Oh, I kind of got that feeling. But you know, maybe I'm bad with these things.
But all right. Well,
Anyways, well,
anyways,
have a good one, sir.
you too. You too. All right. Well, he hands you the keys.
Alrighty, Edward. There. Let's head off to Dallas. Ivan.
Let's see how far you are from Dallas.
Ivan. You're more than welcome to join us if if you'd like. We're going to Dallas to go try to. What are we doing? What are we
To
doing,
go
Eric?
investigating the
Yep.
disappearance of the guy. Remember?
Yeah. And
we're
the guy's
looking
leaving his
for
wife. And
You were told that the guy disappeared, but then the wife's best friend, her husband, just happened to disappear too. Remember?
yeah. Yep. So we're going to his place to try and find the location of the what do they call the city?
What city?
The city that they're going to. They have a code name for it, but no one knows where it actually is. Like Paradise or something.
Paradise Town or something like that.
Epstein's
Yeah.
Island.
Something.
Maybe
All right.
Midwest
You
Island.
guys get the truck, and you know what we're gonna do? actually, you guys gonna get to go to Dallas, and you get to finally to Dallas. And once you get to Dallas, obviously, did you get an address where you're going?
I thought we did.
Okay.
I don't think so.
No?
Well, go ahead and roll your luck. See if you did or not, since we cannot decide if you did or not.
Oh, someone better than me roll luck. I am.
Can we use Eric's roll
Yeah,
from
my
before?
9
It
right
went
there.
unused. It went unused.
No. If he rolls, it's his roll.
You want me to roll for it? All
I
right,
got
thank
Okay, so
you. There you go.
Get the address.
All right. Well, let's. I think we parked outside.
All right, so you park outside. This house again is
So
it's a humongous state, much like the last one you've been in. Are you gonna try to go in?
I'm just trying to remember what information we need.
Well,
We're trying to find
This
this
whole train adventure.
this other woman's husband, right? We were going to talk to her because she was also with her her friend's
Yeah,
husband was
her
going
husband.
with
Let me show
her
you a trick.
husband as well.
Let me show you a trick.
This is the friend.
Yeah.
If you, I'm not sure if you're watching at the YouTube video or not, but if you can see your game right now, your screen where your game is, and you see where the book icon is that says Dario or something like that. I don't know. It's the third book where your character sheets are.
The journal.
The icon journal. Yeah, I don't know why my thing is in Spanish. I think, but under characters it says notes. Use them. You can actually open that and type all your notes, and that way you know exactly where you're at in the campaign.
Oh.
Promise. Not fooling you. But anyway.
I didn't know this was here.
So, where? Okay, so you guys got to the lady's house. What do we do now?
So her husband is also gone, so she's kind of a woman in distress. So
Yes.
let's just knock on the door and offer our help, maybe for a price.
I just reloaded, and now it says journal. So, alright, so you all knock on the door, and again, much like on the other place,
Yeah.
a butler opens. Although this butler, it's a little different. It's a lady. She's probably in her 20s, 25. She's not very dressed. She's got maybe the front covering a naked body. She's a very young, voluptuous, blonde woman. It's like, oh, hi, what can I help you with?
Hi. Wow. We were hoping to speak to the lady of the house.
The lady of the house. Oh, yeah, that the patron's wife. Yeah. Okay, let me
The
go
who?
ahead and go get her. Please come in. Come in. And when she walks in, you can see that she's wearing no underwear or anything like that. You can see her butt as she walks. And the wife comes in.
Knuckles
She's
to Eric.
wearing a robe. She's having a drink.
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me.
She's probably in her 60s too. She's like, we're not doing donations right now. I'm sorry. I know we're late for the shelters donations this month, but definitely not in my house. You know, a phone call would have sufficed. I can just maybe send somebody.
Oh, no, 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 no,
All
no.
right.
You misunderstand. So we're actually helping someone find their husband who has gone missing.
Oh,
And she actually has
did
referred
Lucy
us.
send you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you should have said so before. So you guys come from New Orleans?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you guys need? What do you guys want?
Well, we were hoping maybe you could show us like his work area, if he has like a study or his own
Who's
private area. We're just trying to find if there's any clues of where he
whose
could be.
work area?
Hmm?
Whose work area? What are we talking about here?
Your husband's.
He doesn't have
Isn't
a
he
work
also
area.
missing?
He did disappear, but he doesn't have a work area. I mean, the
He
guy
doesn't
just
have any kind of
inherited his
office or
money.
person.
The guy just inherited his money. His dad is still working. His dad is in his 80s. I mean, good God, I never seen a guy working as hard as he does, and he's still, I think he's gonna live until 150. But he
Well,
works
when
with
he
his dad, and the dad is it's with money, so he is with money too. He works only a couple of days a week. Most of the time, he just stays home, having sex with the help, and maybe with me whenever he gets bored.
but is there any area that in the house that he does when he is here? Like maybe it doesn't have to be a work area, but like where does he spend his time when he's at the house
In the
here?
bedroom with one of somebody from the help.
Hmm. Do you mind if we go take a look?
Although he's friends with Lucy's husband, um, they were taking a trip. Apparently, Lucy's husband came in and convinced them. There was another gentleman too. They were talking about going to this Paradise Town place.
Did they
Um,
mention where that Paradise Town was?
um, I want to say
Region or
something up north, somewhere up north. Let me see. It's probably, I want to say, somewhere in Iowa. Oh, yeah. Waterloo, Iowa. That's where it is. I remember. Right next to it, actually, in Cedar Falls. Yeah, he told me about it. I was laughing. I was like, what's in that hole? But yeah.
and that's the Paradise City.
Well, they're turning it into Paradise City, apparently. There's women, all sorts of naked women. There's, based on what they were saying, they're building a luxury town where,
Do you think
everybody
that's
is.
where your husband went to?
Yeah, I think that's where they both went.
The other husband.
Yeah, they're friends. They took a trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You know the
Do you
address
mind if
for
we
sure?
oh,
Do I mind if you what?
oh, yeah, Eric.
If you what?
I was gonna ask if we could still go check out the bedroom, see if maybe there is any clues that could help us kind of figure this out. Now that we have a location that makes it easier, but now just want to kind of
Sure.
get more pieces to
But
the
I
puzzle.
keep telling you, there's nothing in the bedrooms because all he does is just have sex. He's not.
Well,
He's not what you think is. He's not like somebody that reads or somebody that is that. He just has money. They just want him for money.
well,
That's all it is. There's no mystery
well,
behind this guy.
it never hurts to check.
Okay, yeah, you can go. But anyway, tonight we're gonna stop over here.